Hi folks, Mrs. Hines here. So we just completed hopefully the motor programs. I was getting distracted looking at evidence of where touch sensors are used in other aspects. If you ever get bored, Kittens on Roombas is hours of entertaining, and you can see what we're about to do. So our next task after we finish our motor programs is to use the touch sensor. We'll be using basically a robot will drive around, and then when it bumps into something, it's going to back up and turn. So you'll see this cat, just cute as can be, hit the bump, boop, and then backs up, turns just a little bit, and then goes off in a different direction. So what we're going to end up doing here is, please, when you save all your programs, they save automatically when you're on most apps, but what happens is it's whoever was logged in last time. So what you need to do to get credit for this in Mrs. Hines' class is you need to name them your last name and what they are. So for this instance, this was driving in a square. So if I just double click on this, I'm able to put my last name and just square. And then to make a new program, I could just hit the plus button here. Just be careful when you have to re-download it, I think, because it does change to the name on it. So just make sure that you connect your robot before you try to run old programs or you get confused that way. So we want to do a new program. Now I have a new space to work in, and I'm automatically going to name it BumperBot. And what I would like this to do is I would like this program to run even if it hits something once or 100 times. So in order to repeat this part of the program, I'm going to use what's called the loop. So when I drag this loop out, I'm just going to drag it out first. I could name it if I wanted to. So up here, instead of one, I could have it be a certain name. But there's only one loop in this program. It's a very quick program. Once you get more advanced, that's very helpful. I want this to go for an unlimited amount of time. As long as this robot is running, I don't want it to slam into a wall and keep going. I want it to, when it feels something, I want it to go forever, feel something, back up and turn. So at first, I'm going to have my robot driving forward. So I like to use the tank option, just a preference, because I can control both motors. Their power levels, I can have it, normal power is fine. If I want to really crank it up, could. I don't go lower than 50, it's kind of painfully slow, unless I'm going backwards, of course, then it would be negative. So right now, it's just set to go forever. So I'm going to have it for rotate, just on. Not for a certain amount of time, just run it until what happens. So that's where I want to go to flow control. I'm going to use this thing, wait. What am I waiting for the robot to do? I'm going forward forever until, not a time, but until the touch sensor is pressed. So I want to find touch sensor, and as long as it just compares the state. So if it is being pressed, it's a 1. If it's not being pressed, it's a 0. So right now, it's not going to do anything until it sees that that touch sensor is a 1. I also want to make sure that the port is correctly plugged into my robot. So if you physically look at your robot, where is your touch sensor plugged into? What number port? Mine is plugged into 1. After it gets hit, what should my robot do? That's when I'm going to go back to my action buttons, and I'm going to have my robot back up. So after it hits the touch button, these have to be in the negative direction. And then turn. So I can either have one motor on, like so, and have that just be B, and it will go for a certain amount of time. You want to make this relatively short, that way it doesn't get stuck easily, and then as soon as it turns, it'll jump back in the program, go forward again, wait for it to be hit, back up, and turn. Please save this and show it to me, and I'll give you credit, and you can move on to RC car.